What's up guys, I'm Chris Doughty, aka Doughtinator. Welcome back to the channel, and we've got an absolutely fantastic race for you now. Lined up in our race is Super GT, second most famous GT sport driver of all time. As we all know, Momo's is the most famous, but we're going to have to settle for Super GT in our race. 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. I follow his channel. It's almost the reason I got a PlayStation, almost the reason I got a GT Sport is because of watching Super GT. So he was live streaming this race. I'm very honoured to take part and get some racing done here. This is the Sunday race around Sardegna, Group 3 cars. The requirements for this race is the soft tyres and the medium tyres both need to be used. The medium tyres are definitely slower, but the soft tyres don't last long enough. So we're going to start the race. Ahead we've got a stack of A+, S, A-rated drivers, and this is going to be a very difficult race now. A lot of people jumping on as their new Super GT was streaming, so it brings out all of the aliens, as it looks like they're going too wide into turn 1 already. Popcorn has basically he's been mugged by the Spanish driver. It's looking like Popcorn hasn't quite got into the groove of the race yet, and that's going to cause us a bit of problems as we're going to be looking to race forwards, but Popcorn hasn't quite found the rhythm, as we're going to get a massive amount of swaz on the corner exit there and lose touch with Popcorn for just a brief moment. We're under threat from the Portuguese driver behind, but I hope we can still get slipstream as we exit the corner here. It looks like we're going to be close enough. We are starting the race on the medium tyres, so we expect to be a little bit slower in the first half of the race, but I'm thinking about a pit stop around lap 4, switching to the soft to finish the race. That should be the optimum strategy for us. Is that he pulls out the slipstream ahead and he goes for a move on he's got side by side, he's just gone straight through. He's got the move back done on the Spanish driver. The door was completely left open, and that was really unexpected, so he's found some pace as we're going to try and follow through these guys ahead. Just want to maintain our speed. This first part of the race for us is about making sure we stay out of trouble, as the Portuguese driver just squeezed through there. We were being a bit too respectful of the cars ahead maybe, and we're going to get back into the slipstream of these cars down the straight here. So yeah, the first part of this race for us is all about keeping our race pace as fast as it can be. We don't want to get involved in any battles. We're on the medium tyres. We don't want to be dropping back too much, as it looks like the cars ahead are starting to fight 2 wide, 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, there's absolute chaos there as they just dive bomb each other and just go wide. 2 positions for free there as we follow the Portuguese driver through. As it turns out, him getting through as early was actually beneficial to us. So Portuguese driver ahead. Super GT is 1 ahead of that, and we are now in closing distance from Super GT. So I think the Portuguese driver ahead has the slipstream, and we're going to hopefully try and bridge that gap using the Portuguese driver for assistance. I'm not sure what tyres the Portuguese driver started on. I was listening to Super GT's stream, and I knew Super GT was on medium tyres to start the race. A little bit further up the field, I had suspicions that some of them would be starting on softs. As we get our braking slightly wrong there. We managed to get it stopped using the back of the Portuguese driver. Luckily we don't push him too wide, but we give him a flash to say sorry, and then we're going to give him some assistance here as we try and make up for that error we've caused for him. Super GT is battling with the car ahead. So Super GT is in a very fetching bright green Discos McLaren F1 as the Portuguese driver makes the move on Super GT. That's quite interesting. He just seemed to just throw it in up the inside there. It's quite a common thing for that Portuguese driver. He's very forceful with his moves, but he's certainly getting them done, making their way forwards now. Starting lap number 3, Super GT is maybe going to look to the inside of the Portuguese driver, and they're going to go side by side into turn 1 on the brakes, and Super GT is going to make that move stick. We're going to capitalise now. We're going to try and follow through, and we've just got the inside. We're trying to give space as we're just going door to door with the Portuguese driver, and I think we've got that move done. Now I'm going to break into the S's section here. We've got quite a lot of clearance now, but the Portuguese driver goes for the block pass and forces us a little wide. After the race, he did send me a message. He said sorry about that. It's a little forceful. To be honest, it's all good with me. It's all racing. But we've unfortunately lost another place to the Spanish driver again. So now we're going to battle again. We're just slipping back down the order and losing touch with Super GT ahead. Side by side we go. Now I'm looking to not fight this position. I want to just maintain the race pace as we discussed before. At this phase of the race, I want to just continue forwards. I don't really want to be battling. I don't want to be wasting time fighting other cars. And now with the gap starting to appear to the cars ahead, I was thinking now to go one lap earlier and go for a big undercut on the drivers ahead. So a little wide there. By this point, I've made my decision. I'm going to pit this lap. I'm going to get rid of these medium tyres, get the softs on, get the most out of them in the middle part of the race. And then the last 2 laps where the tyres will be basically gone, I'm just going to hang on and try and get the results. So we're going to go into the pits. It looks like drivers ahead are starting to pit as well, and the 2 drivers directly ahead have also pitted. So that's going to throw things up a little bit for me. I was hoping to pit and come out and clear air to make the most of the new soft tyres. The recent GT Sport update with the longer pit losses is throwing huge curveballs into a lot of strategies, and although it often forces you into just a one-stop strategy as your strategy, I think it massively opens up the undercut, because you can come out in free air mostly. As we're going to exit the pits down in 16th position, but we've pitted early, so I'm not too concerned right now. The focus for me is using these soft tyres to get the best possible first 2 laps out of the pits, and then we're going to be in a strong position to undercut a lot of the drivers that are still out on the track using their medium tyres. Another thing to note is the Corvette is very good on its tyres. The McLaren F1 that Super GT is using, the car ahead is also using, it definitely burns up the tyres a lot quicker, but it can produce a faster overall lap time. So I expect the McLarens to be fastest on the first couple of laps, maybe first 2 or 3 laps, and then they'll start to fade as they burn through their tyres. So we're still trying to concentrate on getting the best possible outlap, and it looks like we're doing quite a good job of that. Deep from the McLaren, which is going to compromise the exit for us, but I think we've got away with that. We're just going to stay tight in the slipstream to the McLaren here, and this is a difficult corner, very difficult corner to do even on your own. When you're following closely, your turning point's going to be a bit blinded by the car in front. As we're going to get on the brakes into the final significant corner, and we're going to try and get a good exit down the straight here. Looking ahead, it's likely that a lot of people will be in the pits 1 lap later than we did the first time around, and things are going to get very interesting as we come down the main straight now. We've got the slipstream of the car ahead. Super GT will be exiting the pits as we pull out of the slipstream to make the move, and we see Super GT right here. I choose to go to the outside, just barely make it, and yeah, we got that done. That definitely scared Super GT live on stream.
Tower, this is Ghost Rider requesting a flyby.
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
No, ma'am.
God damn son of a bitch!
I don't really know how to follow up from that, but if you did enjoy that, drop a like, consider subscribing. We like to make great content and always like to do great racing, so feel free to drop a sub. Everything's always appreciated. Having said that, the race is far from over. We're up to 9th position. Super GT's a few positions back, and we are basically under massive threat from the Spanish driver behind. Another thing to consider is we are 1 lap older on our tyres than Super GT, and he is in the slightly faster car on new tyres, so that's going to be a threat. Spanish driver to the inside, as we're going to look to hopefully not defend. We just want to keep good race pace really. As he gets in front of us, we get a bit of swaz on the exit, but it looks like we're battling. This is not what we want to do. We want to be working together and we want to be getting forwards to the cars ahead. This is a crucial part of the race where the pit stops are happening. You need to be maximising your lap times, and hopefully going to get the undercut on the drivers making their pit stops right now. As you can see, a lot of drivers making their pit stops. Soft tyres, some are medium tyres. We're going to have some slipstream from the Spanish driver ahead as we go down the main straight again for the 5th time. The pit lane exit, as we've seen in the previous lap, it can cause some absolutely golden moments as we're going to be firmly in the slipstream of the Spanish driver ahead. Cars exiting the pit, so we've jumped those. We're up to 7th as we're going to offset our braking, run a little wide, and the Spanish driver is bumped Mario Sonic, and that's two positions in one corner once more, and we're going to make a break for it now. That's a mistake from the Spanish driver, it seems, but we're going to take that opportunity. We had nothing to do with that incident, so we're going to get away with that one, and we're up to 5th position now. Super GT barely 1 second behind. I think he's still going to be quite a threat to us, because he's going to have tyres that are 1 lap fresher than ours, and that McLaren is going to be absolutely monster down the straights. We've not got any slipstream from the cars ahead, so we're going to be looking pretty vulnerable. Hopefully those tyres on that McLaren will start to burn up and we can start to get a bit more of a grip advantage over Super GT, but it looks like already he has closed into slipstream distance. While this was all happening, I had him in my ear. I was watching the stream live as we played along, and yeah, it's he knows what's going on.
Give me the slipstream here, boy. Give me the toe there, my friend. Doughtinator. Lovely, lovely toe. Yeah, boys, here we go. It's on now.
At this point, I didn't want to fight this. I wanted to work together. I wanted to bridge the gap to the cars ahead. I think a podium could have been on for either one of us here.
Oh, a bit deep. Okay, he wants to work with me. What a lad. I love this guy already.
I've got to say, it's absolutely awesome to be racing with Super GT. I've watched all his videos. Like I said before, he's almost the reason I got a PlayStation, the reason I got into GT Sport. It's such an accessible game to just pick up and go racing with. So the race has evolved. We're now in 5th position behind Super GT. He makes an error on the outside of the corner exit there. We're going to just get in the slipstream, bump drafting down this straight here. The way the race is going for me is that I want to be racing forwards. No point battling, we'll only drop backwards. I'm going to work together now to basically try and maximise our combined lap times to either extend the gap to the cars behind or close the gap on the cars ahead. We've got maybe 4 laps to go. There's no point starting racing now, because it will just be trading slipstreams and passes at the end of each straight, and we'll fall back into the clutches of the drivers behind us. Super GT goes a little bit wide there. I think he's probably going to start to suffer on his tyres, but that McLaren has got a lot of speed, so we're going to try and see what we can do and just keep in the slipstream, bump draft where we can down the straight, and maximise both of our lap times. So the gap to leaders, 4.2, 4.3 seconds. We're going to monitor that gap as we go across the line each time. So we're on lap 8, 3 to go, and we're going to be firmly in the slipstream. While we're following Super GT here, I'm just going to take a moment to just say, check out the link in the comments below for the link to the Race Asylum Discord. Race Asylum is a pretty new initiative, and it's basically here to help you get faster in GT Sport. I'm involved. We've got a lot of very fast drivers and some streamers involved, and we're going to be hopefully moving forwards with ways to help you get faster in GT Sport. Check that out in the comments below. When you're working together with a driver to try and maximise your lap time together, it's important to remember that when you close into the braking zone, you want to just back off the throttle early, give them room to start their braking, and then time your braking to try and match with theirs. You don't need to be super late on the brakes when you intend to follow a driver. You've got to focus on getting the corner exit right to get them the bump drafts down the next straight. So as we're going to see now, I really want to get a great exit to this corner here, so I'm going to ease off the throttle early and get on the brakes, maintain my distance to Super GT, focus on corner exit, and just be really close to him on the corner exit here. See, we're right close up behind, which is going to give us the best opportunity to close in and just bump a couple of times down the straight to just increase his top speed, and then also our top speed in doing that as well. So a little bump there, and then if you're going to watch my throttle and brake traces, we're going to one more bump into the braking zone. We're off the throttle well early, and then we are just going to brake into the corner here. And he's run wide. Oh my god, he's made a huge mistake, absolutely bottled it, and it's just cost him a huge amount of time, and we've just been released into 4th position, and we are unchallenged in 4th position, it looks like. So now that's changed the race dynamic considerably. So I'm now stranded. I've got no one to work with. The driver ahead, I think, is on a similar strategy to us, and it was our friend from earlier in the race, the Portuguese driver with the very aggressive moves. But we're now on our own now. It's for us to make the distance. As looking at these TV replay shots here, check out the Race Asylum livery, the striking orange and black triangle patterns. Absolutely fantastic. I'm pretty sure since using this livery, I'm about 0.2, 0.3 seconds a lap faster. Absolutely no question at all. As we're going to go into the corners here, at this point I can feel my tyres really starting to fade. We probably pitted 1 lap earlier than optimal for tyre usage, but that allowed us to get the track position. But now we're in this situation where we need to defend that track position. Driver behind us, I think he started 3rd, is a very fast driver, and we're going to go down the main straight to start the final lap. Hopefully it was a fast lap. And we are on our final lap now. Look at the gap to the driver behind, 1.5 seconds. As we're going to go a bit too deep into turn 1. Tyres are really suffering now, and the race is taking a completely different dynamic as we're going to try and defend this 4th position. It looks like top 3 are gone. We're not fighting for a podium here. We are fighting to keep our 4th position. And yeah, we missed the apex completely on that corner there. Important thing to do when you miss an apex, make sure you make the exit of the corner. Don't miss an apex and then try and carry the same amount of exit speed. You will run wide, you will crash, you will spin, and you will lose far more time than just checking up and making the corner safely. So keep glancing back here, and that is within a second, but it's not quite within slipstream range. We might be able to get away with this because that is the final significant straight of the lap, and we're going to get a bit of swaz on the corner exit there, but we're going to keep it under control. Approaching one of my most fearsome corners is this left-hander, and we're going to try and take it cautiously on the final lap, not run too wide, just about perfect there. He's not within striking distance behind us. We're going to brake safely and make sure we get the car stopped. Don't run too wide on corner exit here. So difficult, so easy to do that and ruin yourself with that barrier on the right hand side. And I think we're safe. We're going to run to the line and we're going to make that 4th position. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was an absolute blast driving the race. It's been superb making the edit as well. I really enjoyed making fun, interesting stuff for you all. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Super GT, if you ever do watch this video, big respect. Always enjoy watching your channel, and we'll catch you in the next one.